And it's so important to lead by example. For our son, for even the children of the children's worship service all around us, we want him to be able to grow up inside of the church just like we did. Growing up in the children's worship service, it's so important. And I know that a lot of our memories, both of us, because we were able to not necessarily grow up in the children's worship service together, but we grew up as children's worship service officers together. You are a CWS teacher, I was a CWS teacher. So growing up in the children's worship service is the biggest blessing that we have as a family.
Raising children is definitely no easy task. And like many parents, BJ and Rosalina Escoto do all that it takes to give their child, Ezekiel, a bright future, but in the way they were also taught from their youth, as they attended a special gathering for children and their parents, celebrating 100 years since the establishing of the children's worship service in the Church of Christ.
In the church, we're taught the love of God, the love of the brotherhood from such a young age, and what was even taught today is, of course, our priority to God. It teaches the youth of the church to become more mature in the faith.
Through a homily led by the executive minister, Brother Eduardo Vimanalo, BJ and Rosalina continue to look forward to teaching the same values as a result of what they learned in the children's worship service.
Well, we think that, because we also grew up with our parents taking us to the children's worship service, it's important that we do the same for Ezekiel. When the mom and dad are there, the brothers and sisters, the entire family, that way they're all on the same page of what is being taught to them. And that when they go home, the worship service, the teachings, don't stop here. They go back home with us.
Also, the reason why they will stop at nothing to instill true Christian values and the love for God in their son.
And all the more, it's so important that we never give up instilling those values, because this world today is so scary and so different, and whatever friends he may make outside, we want him to be able to tell the difference, to know that we're inside of the church. And yeah, we may be a little bit different, and even though he's really young and we may not see what he may be learning, but we're only hoping and praying that our Almighty God can instill that in him.
And now that I'm a father and this little guy is growing up, and it's all the more so real now because I've been through the stages and now it's going to be his turn. It's all the more preparing me and my wife in all the wonderful things we have in store for Ezekiel growing up in the church, all the activities, picking up his first office, and it's going to be such a great deal.
I'm Brother Michael Robinson, reporting for the Iglesia Cristo News Network.